All right, we're here, part 2 of our Rogan-sphere ranking. We're going. I noticed Rogan himself isn't. We didn't include him in the list.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, we should.
No, I think it'd be funnier if we just didn't include him.
Rogan and the Rogan sphere.
Yeah.
He is the Rogan sphere.
Right. He's the center of the sphere. We're technically in the Rogan-sphere too. Like we could
Through Sam Talent.
Sam Talent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam
Right.
Talent
I was thinking
is one
about
of the
that.
Shane Gillis.
Coattails.
Right. Yeah. We're like on the outskirts. We're like the third tier.
Area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's science.
Well, yeah. So we'll add ourselves to the list maybe in a future episode. But for
Yeah.
now, we're going with
Next we're going is
Bryan
Wait,
Callen.
are we
Bryan
just starting?
Callen,
I thought we were doing an intro.
This is the intro. That was the intro.
We're introducing it now. We're way up in the game.
Welcome to part 2 of the comedian tier
We've
list.
already been welcomed.
Yeah, they've already been watching.
They're
But
here.
did
They're
we
already-
need to run down,
they're-
like, what
they're
we're doing?
sipping tea.
Well, this is part 2. They should watch part 1 to hear the.
Watch part 1 to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
All right,
if you don't
Joe,
know,
where do you rank Bryan Callen on this retarded list of idiocy?
Bryan Callen. So I'm not too familiar with this stand-up.
why are we doing this?
This is great content. I know everybody on the internet wants to watch people rank other performers that they know nothing about.
Right.
This is-
I kind of like his name.
I think he had some alleys at some point,
he's
so
got some alleys.
I'll put him at a D.
That's fair.
Callen.
Does he have alleys?
He has some alleys.
Some grooming alleys.
All right.
Oh fuck.
Matthew Yaari, where do you put
Where
Bryan
am I going to
Callen?
put Bryan Callen? It's either a C or a D.
Okay.
I put Bert there and Whitney there.
Callen starts with a C.
Bryan Callen. Where am I going to put Bryan Callen?
That's what we're asking.
The most recent thing I saw of Bryan Callen, he was moderating a debate conversation between what's his name? I could see his face, but I can't remember his name.
Describe his face.
He's got 2 eyes and a mouth.
Patrick Bet-David.
No, he's a scientist. He's a God-fearing scientist.
Oh,
Eric Weinstein?
No. I don't think Eric Weinstein. I'm pretty sure he's atheist.
Oh, okay.
I forgot his name. All right, he's a guy I really like. You'd like him too.
Why would I like him?
because you're a God-fearing man.
Oh, okay.
Because he loves God.
Is he a Syrian?
No, he's a white guy. I'm going to put it. What are we talking about here? Bryan Callen?
Yeah.
Bryan Callen is a C.
Lem.
Is
Where are
it
you putting
Joe-
Bryan?
Joe Meyer?
Oh,
I
boy.
don't know.
Fuck, what is his name?
All right. Bryan Callen. Stand-up? Not good. In my opinion, you know.
Stephen Meyer. That's who it is.
Ah.
I still don't know who that is.
Well, he basically talks about how evolution is just doesn't make scientific sense.
Oh, okay. Why was Bryan Callen
This
moderating
list doesn't
that?
make scientific sense.
Because
Does
he
that
had
mean it's
him
not
and he
real?
had this atheist scientist who argues with Stephen Meyer all the time. The atheist scientist didn't really have any compelling points.
Lemon, where do you put
Stephen
him?
Meyer just shredded everything he had to say, as usual.
Bryan Callen.
Yeah,
Stand
Bryan
up?
Callen, where do you rank him?
Stand-up, not great. Arguably bad. I'd say bad. Him as a podcast host, not great.
Yeah.
Arguably bad. Him as a podcast guest, not great.
Okay.
Arguably bad.
He was good on the Matan Evans show.
Yeah, he's starting to realize that he is a joke himself.
Yeah.
Kind of like Schaub.
All right.
But
So
the fact that he realizes it, I do like that he leans into it. That's why I'm debating between D and E. I was gonna like.
I think it'd be kind of rude if you put him at an E.
You put Tony. Okay. You know what? He doesn't take himself too seriously. I'm giving him a D.
All right. Nice. Good job.
He knows that he sucks. I suck. I just want to get that out there. I suck.
Okay,
All right,
and
who's
next
next?
we've got Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis.
Not as famous.
Who's going first?
Lemon, do you want to go first? I know where you're going to put Shane.
Yeah, obviously an E. That guy sucks.
Yeah,
He's
put it.
racist. He hates the Chinese.
Put it.
All right. Shane Gillis, my favorite fucking comic. So I'm going to give him a B. He is extremely funny. He's good on the spot. He's funny drunk. He's funny sober. He's good at acting. He's hilarious at podcasting. He has a good opinion on stuff. Even though a lot of times his opinion is a joke. It's still fun. When he gives the serious takes, they're good. He's an actor. He can do impressions. He's the fucking man. He's Shane Gillis. He's very influential on like me, like as a person, because I was like a fucking hardcore liberal guy, and then I was like, I guess racism can be funny, and he opened my eyes.
All right. Yaari, what do you think?
Funny that he.
Did you call him Yaari?
Yaari.
Yeah, Shane Gillis. He just rose to stardom, he just shot straight to the top. He's got 2 specials?
Yep.
Both of them are hilarious. His SNL monologue was fucking hysterical. So on podcasts, he's great. He's got as big of a grade as you could put him.
Yeah. I feel like he rose a bit too quickly and a bit too high. I don't think his rise really makes too much sense. So that's why I'm going to put him at a C for now.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, just kidding.
And Shane Gillis is our first unanimous.
Yeah. I think that means he wins.
Well, somebody else could be.
Yeah, that's true.
And by the way, I guess he's unanimous at the top. But if someone else is unanimous at a different level, then that is significant.
That means that they win.
I guess it just means we agree on something. All right, next we got the Jew, Ari Shiffer.
Ari Shiffer.
Okay, Joe, why don't you start?
I'll put him at an E. I don't really like him. I think he's kind of gross.
Whoa.
That is anti-Semitic right there.
Right.
I don't even want to hear you explain it.
Yeah.
Your turn.
What do you think, Lemon?
This is a random order. He's a very fucking great comic. His specials are very funny. Jew, one of the fucking funniest recent specials, in my opinion.
Okay.
He's like funny on podcasts. He's funny on the spot, but he does do some fucked up stuff. He is kind of a fucked up degenerate type. He leans into it.
Why? Because he's Jewish?
No, he's not Jewish enough.
No, he gave up his Judaism.
Yeah, that's true.
He grew up super religious.
Yeah, he got uncircumcised and stuff.
Now he does a lot of drugs.
He's done some nasty stuff like drugging friends. I don't know. That's not that cool. Okay. He's taking shits on stage, which is very like how much.
That's gross.
How much do you need?
He's taking a shit on stage.
Yeah, like bloody.
Actually defecated.
Oh yeah, bloody.
Bloody?
Yeah.
Were you there?
I don't think it was even the first time. It was on Kill Tony. They had to like censor it. So for that reason,
that's wild.
I'm going with an A.
Really?
He's that good of a stand-up. Like he's a very fucking funny guy.
All right, Major, what do you
nasty
think?
Stuff.
I didn't know he took a shit on stage. That does take some balls.
I think he's gotten like head on stage too. If that evens it out.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, he's crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's a crazy person. And I really hate that. Am I agreeing with Lemon on 3 straight?
Well, what do you think of his comedy?
His comedy is hilarious. Yeah, he's as good of a comedian as.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's one of the.
He's up there. He's really, really funny.
He's a very, very fucking great writer.
Yeah, to put him at an E is retarded. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
you clearly
so
know
stupid.
nothing about comedy. I don't know what you're trying to prove here. Yeah, he's very funny. As a Jew,
Ari at an E is almost worse than Shaw at an S.
No, I would say Shaw is worse.
No.
Yeah, Lemon, you fucked up, dude.
I gave good reasoning.
Yeah.
Shaw at an S.
Watch part 1 to see Lemon's reasoning.
Because he's. Yeah, Shaw at an S is worse than. Because I had Ari. Let's put it this way: the difference here between our takes versus.
Well, you and whose takes?
I guess me and both of you.
Our opinions on like Shab?
Yes, because you guys both put them at E's. But you put Shab at the top, and you put R.
Well, Shab is so low at the bottom that it's actually the top.
Can you just fucking like just do it normal-ish?
No,
like,
we need
within the guidelines of normality.
No. We're having fun.
That's nothing fun. I'm not having any fun right now. This is miserable.
People call me
This
the
is
autistic one.
sheer misery.
He's not playing by the rules. It's ruining
Wait, so
my
is
day.
the average for Ari, or is the average for Shab higher than Ari?
No,
Where is Shab?
because Ari's got
So
two
Shab
A's
is-
and an E.
6 and then 2, so 4, 10.
Let's not look too deeply into this.
All right, yeah. So, anyways,
Wait, they might be the same average.
really,
We'd have to.
we'll have to do. Someone do the math. and
Teachers-
let us know. Is the average for Ari and Shab? Okay, who's next? Mark Norman. Do we all go?
Yeah, we all did Ari.
All right, Mark Norman.
You fucked it up, but
Yeah, Matt, you
Yeah,
go
Mark
first.
Normand is he's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
He goes at the top.
All right.
what's your reasoning? Funny as fuck.
Lemon, do you want
Yeah,
to
he
read?
was funny as shit. I just, I like Mark Normand a lot.
Yeah.
He's just a purebred stand-up.
Undercover non-Jew.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. He's
Yeah.
he's not Jewish,
Right.
but you'd think he was.
Right.
Right.
He's fucking fantastic. He's as good as they are in the
Lemon.
game right
Yeah.
now.
Go.
I'll hop on his dick too. I'm also going S tier. He's fucking. He's a great comic. He's very funny on the spot. He's always got something to say.
Yeah.
And it's almost always funny.
Yeah, I think he can be a bit much at times. Like when I'm watching podcasts and
I like what he
His-
does.
Much in what way?
interjections, and he derails
He
conversation.
says like one sentence every like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think he can be a bit much at times. It kind of takes me out of the podcast sometimes when I'm watching him.
He derails podcasts.
Yeah.
Is he your inspiration, Lemon?
I've been compared to him.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, I don't know, D or E. I don't know.
What do you think of his
If you
stand
put
up?
him below, I'm not going to tell you where, but if it's below a certain number, I might kick you in the nuts.
Yeah, you think I'm not taking it?
All right, I'll take it. S.
All right.
Thank God. Your fucking balls should be thanking me right
No,
now.
I think
I'm
you
just
should
trying to
go with
trigger
your heart.
Yaari.
Go with your heart.
I'm just trying to trigger Yaari. Ever wish your energy boost came in the form of a candy instead of a can filled with sketchy ingredients? Well, you gotta try Energy Rocks. Energy Rocks are like retro pop rock candies you had as a kid, infused with clean energy and focus enhancing ingredients. Now you can have low sugar candy with benefits. It's incredible. In less than 3 minutes, you'll feel the boost. You can try the tasty pineapple mango or cherry berry crystal directly in your mouth. No pills, no mixing, just instant energy anytime, anywhere. There's fast-acting caffeine equal to 1 to 2 cups of coffee, plus L-theanine for smooth focus and no crash or jitters. Plus, it's low sugar, only 4 grams, and B12 added energy. You got to try this stuff. It works fast. You absorb it orally. You feel it in minutes. It tastes like candy on purpose. You can take them on the go. It's perfect for students, gamers, busy parents, entrepreneurs, and P Boiz, fans of the P Boiz. So you got to try this. So use the discount code Paradizo20 off, Paradizo 20OFF, and follow the link in the description to try some Energy Rocks today. Writers, this is for you. You know how important a consistent writing practice is, but there's not enough hours in a day, and there isn't always inspiration. Luckily, with Prolific, that's Prolific, spelled PROLIFIC.com. Prolific makes it easy for you to take a few minutes each day to write something, not because you have to, but because you want to. That's how the true writers feel. There's a fresh prompt waiting for you to spark your creativity, and community waiting to turn writing into a shared experience for everyone. Prolific's built-in calendar makes it easy for you to track your progress, revisit past pieces, to personal habit tracker, archive, and creative space all in one. It's simple, sustainable way to write often, write more, and write better. Or start your writing routine at Prolific, PROLIFFIC.com. Okay, who's next?
It is fun.
Dave Smith.
I'm so triggered right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave Smith, your favorite.
Dave Smith. All right,
Yeah.
who's going first? Joe, you go first.
Okay. Dave Smith, I don't know too much about him. I don't watch his stand-up. I don't get into the whole politics thing. You know, I don't really. I'm not a huge Dave Smith fan. For that reasoning, I'm going to put him at a C.
Would you like me to go?
Yeah, you go.
I feel like you have the most to say about him.
Sure.
I, like some of these other people, have only seen reviews. Well, not reviews. I've seen breakdowns of like his of like one of his specials. Wasn't great, folks. But
Right.
him on Legion of Skanks, he's funny. I don't know, he's like a relatively likable
Is he?
guy.
I feel like he's the weakest member of Legion of Skanks.
Oh, he absolutely is. But like
Yeah.
Louis J and Big J are so fucking funny that like it's he just pales in comparison. It's not like he's bad, but some of his stand up is kind of shitty because he does just get kind of preachy. I'm gonna second C. That's where I was gonna put him, but
That.
I know him a little better. It's like Dave Smith. I don't know what is he, or elite
Hey,
picture?
Yeah, the thing about Dave Smith. First of all, I've never seen any of his stand up ever.
Okay.
Right? But I've seen quite a bit of his podcast.
Yeah.
And as a podcaster and a political comment,
Watch
you
him
have to
debate a
understand-
guy or something.
Right, he's been crushing it in debates. He's like actually on like Fox News and CNN
Yeah.
as like a political.
That's how you know someone's a great comedian is when they're
So-
killing in debates.
No, but the point, like we established early on, this is like your overall body of work.
Yeah.
This is your all your star power combined.
Uh-huh.
Which for that alone, honestly, should bump up Bert just a little bit because he was the inspiration for Van Wilder. But Dave Smith,
Oh, yeah, that's why I give him a D.
like people are talking about him on like a very high level.
Okay.
You know, I mean, they're trying to shit on him,
Yeah.
and he's just shitting right back on their faces.
Sure.
Just like Ari.
people in the political zeitgeist, right? He's like a name that people have to contend with. They have to acknowledge him.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any of his stand-up. I'm going to put him in an A.
Just off of his personality alone. But what if he's not funny? What if you see his stand up and you're like, oh my god? Well, I mean, at this point,
we're talking about his overall body of work.
yeah,
Yeah, at this point, none of the list
You like-
really
you
makes
like what
any
he does.
sense.
You like what he does.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Like Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
I don't think is an exceptional stand-up, but his whole body of work, his celebrity and his stardom would put him up here for me.
Well, at that
Even
point-
though as a comedian, I'd probably put him more around there.
With that reasoning, you could put Hannah Gadsby at an S just because she's super well known. But she's
No,
well known
I
by
think
people that don't like humor.
She's well known for shit that sucks.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Point Yaari.
which is how I have
All
Brian
right.
Schaub as.
So, Joey Diaz.
Not well known,
What do we
so
think
well
about
known.
Joey Diaz?
really.
He's very well known.
Joey Diaz.
He's like the most famous
going
comedian to
first?
hate.
You want to go? Yeah, you go.
I'm gonna put Joey. Probably right there with Dave Smith at the A's. Ari and Dave, I think that's fair. And now that I think about it, yeah. Well, Joe Rogan says Joey Diaz is the funniest person he knows, and that says something.
So, are you taking Joe's word for it?
This is the Rogan-sphere.
I personally haven't seen enough of Joey Diaz to say he's that good.
Have you like heard him on podcasts and stuff?
Not a ton.
No.
A little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's an intense dude. He's
a very-
Cuban.
He's very entertaining.
Yeah. I'm going to put him with Dave Smith. That's fair.
Really?
Actually, no, I'll put him in. Yeah, Tony is a fair comparison.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Me or you?
All right, Joey Diaz at a B.
You go, Lemon.
I had pretty much same vein as Yardner. He's really entertaining. He's got like all kinds of stories. He does have like good takes on stuff. He has good insight, I should say, because he's lived a lot.
Okay.
He's pretty fucking funny.
He's done a lot of drugs, too.
Yeah. Maybe too many drugs. Maybe he gets a E for being a bad boy. No. I'm gonna second the B.
second a B.
A double B.
Double B.
Joseph?
All right. So, frankly, I can't stand when people are just caricatures of a stereotype. And he's the typical stereotype of a loudmouth New York guy.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Or is he Cuban?
Cuban, whatever he
I
is.
think he's Cuban.
So for that reason, I'm going to put him at an E.
And he just got killed.
You put Joey Diaz at an E.
Yeah.
Because he is a person that they make caricatures out of.
Right.
Not that he's doing a caricature of.
Well, that's why, because he's
You put Brendan Schaub at a D, and Ari Shiffer and Joey Diaz at E.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the heat off.
Because you didn't want to be rude to Brendan Schaub.
He tries really hard. He tried so hard he gave up. See? No. Take his gun. Take his gun. He's going to shoot you back. Joseph, grab your gun. I have trigger finger. Oh.
Oh, no. All right.
It was worth it. Folks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's a good list. There's one more person, but I can't.
there's like two.
I can't read what that says.
Duncan
Duncan.
Trussell.
Oh, Duncan Trussell. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at an E. I don't really care about him.
Fuck you. I hate you.
You don't have anyone higher than a C.
I have Shea Gillis and Mark Norman.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Where are you putting Duncan Trussell?
I'm going to put Duncan Trussell at an A.
All right. You think he's as good as Ari and Dave Smith?
I do. I think he's had some of my favorite Joe Rogan episodes. Episodes
funny
where they're
Rogan.
literally they're just shooting the shit and they get real philosophical,
Sure.
you know.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Dave Smith is like, all right, we're talking about current
Yeah.
events.
It is a lot of fun when Duncan Trussell's on.
He has some of my favorite Rogan episodes.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
he also has Midnight Gospel. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
on Netflix, which I've seen every episode many
it's a show?
times.
I didn't even know he had a show. All right. I agree. He's like one of the best Rogan guests. It's always fun. Like, he's a good improviser. He's very entertaining on Kill Tony and stuff. But his name starts with a D.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna put him at a D. No, I wish I've seen his stand up.
I also have not really
Just put him at a D.
I'm putting him at a B.
Thank you. A little respect.
Donkey.
Dunkachino. Duncy.
That's like DY.
All right. So
My U looks more like a
we
Y
had
than my
two
Y.
comics that we all agreed on. That's Mark Norman, Shane Gillis, who we all agree are at the top.
Yep.
It's very hard to write from that angle.
Yeah, I don't really feel like going through who.
That's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Let's go with our
Lemon
stand-up.
thinks he's cute, so he put Schaub at the top,
Yep.
which is retarded. He's
He's got a great ass.
He's got no respect.
Great ass.
Uh-huh.
What can you hear my
Joseph, I don't thinks he's funny. So you put Schaub.
Joseph's the
above
one that actually likes
Ari
him.
Shafir, Joey Diaz, Bert Kreischer, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Duncan Trussell, who all shit in Brendan Schaub's mouth, and Brendan Schaub is just grateful for the opportunity to have any of those guys shitting in his mouth, and somehow Joey ranked him ahead of them.
He's actually not even grateful.
To
He
be
just
fair,
expects
Lemon
it.
put him at the top. I just put him at D.
Yeah, but
That's fine.
I was trolling. I'm trolling. I'm saying he's so bad that he's at the top. You didn't give him the bottom.
and
You think he
besides
deserves
that,
a D.
I said it was
that's
be rude
also-
to put him at
that's
an E.
really that's Lemon's only awful take.
And it was
Whereas
intentionally awful.
You had 6 horrible takes.
What are my 6 horrible takes?
Everybody at the bottom and Brendan Schaub at a D.
Yeah. Bert probably belongs at E.
Yeah,
I feel like my
that
list
one's
feels
fair.
fair.
Okay, let's see.
I put Dave Smith at a C. I put Tim Dillon at a C.
Your reasoning with Dave Smith was like, I don't know anything about the guy. Let's go with the middle.
But I still think overall you had the worst takes on here.
Yeah, I feel mine are the most true.
Yours are the least informed.
Yeah, the least informed. You got you put like legit guys at the bottom, and then this schmuck who quit comedy above these.
But you said we're grading on their entire body of work,
which Brendan Schaub doesn't have.
Even
these guys
UFC
all
suck.
have legit bodies of work. Bert Kreischer, Tony Hinchcliffe, Duncan Trussell, Ari Shiffer, Joey Diaz all have bodies of work, which Brendan Schaub does not.
Yeah, but it would have been rude to put him at the bottom.
He has a body that he's worked on.
Would have been rude.
Yeah, it would have been rude.
Would have been rude.
Also, Tim Dillon at a C, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Tim Dillon at a C. I don't even. Thank you for pointing that out. Jesus Christ, that's as bad of a take as there is. Tim Dillon at a C. The fuck are you thinking?
Leave a comment. Who do you think had the worst take? Who had the best take? We want to hear from you. We want to hear from the P fans. What do you guys think about all this?
How much do you
list
hate this
stuff?
Do you want to see us do more?
Yeah, we'll do more lists. This was fun. I had fun.
We might do less with. We should do fucking fast food restaurants next.
No, this was fun.
That'll get heated.
Yeah, I had fun doing this. Did you have fun, Matt?
I did.
Yeah,
me
it didn't seem like it.
I like shitting on you guys. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Although me and Lemon had the most agreements.
Yeah.
We had 7 agreements.
I had a lot with Lemon too. 1, 2.
And you had a couple.
4, 5, 6.
We did not have a single.
No, we had 2.
Yeah, but we don't have any that's just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And other than that, I don't think we don't agree on anything.
No.
Because you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's no black and blue.
Yeah.
Right.
What's up with that?
Okay, so
Back to blue.
You agreed with the least people.
That I guess Lemon is smarter than Joseph. We just found that out today. Congratulations. As far as
still debatable.
I'm gonna put. I actually have a personal ranking of S, A, B, C, D, E for Joseph and Lemon, and Joseph was higher on the list, but now Lemon has surpassed him. So now
I moved up to a D.
Yeah, you're a D, and now Joseph is an E on mine.
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
Here.
All right.
Well, we've always been an A on mine, Matt.
Hold on to that, and I better still be an A.
I said always. Folks, you're witnessing a family being torn apart.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. This is the official list of the Rogan-sphere comedians. Leave a comment. What do you think? Was this good?
Also, where's Joe Rogan?
Where's Joe Rogan land on the list? Who knows?
Did we miss any names?
We'll see you next time. Big peace.
See you. Bye.
Back on the P Boiz. Back on the P Boiz. Back.